Hi, Mr. Richards here, and today's algebra lesson is on multiplying a polynomial by a monomial. In our first example, to find the product of this, there are two methods. The first method is a horizontal method. And here we're going to take our 6y and multiply it by all of the terms on the inside, almost like distributing. So we're going to take the 6y and multiply it by 4y squared. We're going to add that to the 6y times negative 9y, and we'll add that to 6y times negative 7. Well, 6y times 4y squared is 24y to the third, and then 6y times a negative 9y will result in a negative, so we can subtract 54y squared. And 6y times a negative 7 will result in a negative, so we can subtract 42y. And that's our solution. 24y to the third minus 54y squared minus 42y. Now I said there were two ways, and the second way is a vertical method, where we'll set up the inside of the parentheses, the longer part here first, 4y squared minus 9y minus 7. And what are we multiplying that by? Well, 6y. And so we're going to take the 6y and multiply it by the negative 7, the negative 9y, and the 4y squared. So 6y times negative 7 is negative 42y. 6y times negative 9y is negative 54y squared. And 6y times 4y squared is 24y to the third. So you have a horizontal method and a vertical method in finding this product. Now we're asked to simplify this expression, and we're going to do that by multiplying. So we're going to take the 3 and multiply it by everything inside the parentheses, and then we'll also take the 6t and multiply it by inside those parentheses. Well, 3 times 2t squared is 6t squared. 3 times negative 4t is a negative 12t. And 3 times negative 15 is minus 45. And then we have 6t times 5t, which is a positive 30t squared. And then 6t times 2 is a positive 12t. And now we get to group like terms, terms with like degrees and variables. So we have our 6t squared here and a positive 30t squared there. And so we'll have 6t squared plus 30t squared. And now we have our first degree terms, our minus 12t and plus 12t. And then lastly, we have our one constant here, which is just a minus 45. And so 6t squared plus 30t squared is 36t squared. And then our negative 12t plus 12t is 0t. So 0 times anything is 0, so we don't need to write this in our simplified expression. And then we have the minus 45. And that's it. 36t squared minus 45 is our simplified expression. Admission to the Super Fun Park is $10. Once in the park, super rides are an additional $3 each, and regular rides are an additional $2 each. Wyoming goes to the park and rides 15 rides, of which S of those 15 are super rides. Find the cost in dollars of Wyoming rode 9 super rides. Well, let's set a variable here. Let's say that C is going to be our cost for the day. Now, what's in that cost for the day? Well, that is going to equal the super rides plus the regular rides plus the admission cost. So really here, our cost is going to equal, for the super rides, it's $3 additionally. So it's $3 per super ride, so 3S. The regular were $2. Now, he rode 15 rides. And if we subtract the super rides from the 15, that equals the amount of regular rides. Think about it. If he rode 15 rides, S of which were super, 15 minus S gets you the regular. And then lastly, we have our admission piece of $10. So there's our equation that we can use to solve this. Now, we're told that he rode 9 super rides, so our cost is going to equal 3 times 9 for the 9 super rides, plus 2 times 15 minus 9 to get us the amount of regular rides, plus the $10. So 3 times 9 is, well, 27. Now, the 15 minus 9 is 6, which represents the 6 regular rides he was on, plus 10. 2 times 6 is 12. And lastly, 27 plus 12 plus 10 is $49. So it's $49 for him to go and have a fun day at the super fun amusement park. And now we have an equation involving simplifying and multiplying monomials and polynomials, and so let's just take this one step at a time. First, we're going to distribute the b to the 12 and the b, and then on the other side of the equation, we can also take this b and distribute it to the -4 and the b. So what are we left with? We start with b times 12 is 12b, b times b is b squared. And we have our minus 7 equals 2b. b times a -4b is minus 4b. And b times b is b squared. Now, I like to reorganize these, have them in order of degree in that standard form. So b squared plus 12b minus 7 equals b squared. Now, 2b minus 4b is just minus 2b. So now I'm organized. Let's go ahead and work our way down to a single variable, solving for a variable still, but let's get rid of our highest degrees first. So if we subtract b squared from both sides here, a nice thing kind of happens. Those both cancel. And so we're left with 12b minus 7 equals a negative 2b. And if I work to get all my variables on one side of the equation by subtracting 12b from both sides, I'm left with negative 7 equals negative 14b. Now lastly, I have one more step. Divide by negative 14 on both sides so that that cancels. And we're left with negative 7 over negative 14 is just 1/2 equals b. It's amazing how something this complicated can get down to an answer of 1/2. That is it for this lesson on multiplying a polynomial by a monomial. Good luck.